some of you actually remember.
Short-term memory.
In the process of translating a little black dot on a little black line or in a space, to getting that to come out of your mouth as a musical note, there are 4 steps, 4 actions, 4 skills in that process. Anybody remember what they are?
Open your mouth.
No.
Think
You get half of, you have to get like an eighth of a perspicacity point.
counting,
What?
counting the rhythm.
We'll just focus on reading pitch now,
Oh.
and not rhythm.
You've got to visualize.
But I'll give you
the
2.
note. You have to think what the note is.
So you have to think what the note is, but that's actually the 3rd step of the process.
Well, you wanted it in order?
Yes, because they have to be done in order.
You have to
It's
know
not
what
a
the
key.
note
Well, you
is.
need to think about what key you're in, but that's the 2nd step of the process.
Oh.
The very first step of the process is you have to read correctly.
Oh.
You can make a mistake. You can turn 2 pages, you can skip a line, you can actually think you're in the 3rd space, but the note is actually the 2nd space. Eye tracking is the first skill of singing correctly. The 2nd step has to do with thinking about what key you're in. You have to say, okay, when I see that dot in that space, well, it depends what clef I'm in. So understand the context. What is that thing telling me to do? And that involves understanding a little bit of theory. Everyone with me?
You spelled context wrong.
Okay, so once we know that in that key, that dot in this clef in that space says, think of the note do. The 3rd step of the process is getting a mental picture of do. Anybody remember what that fancy word is for getting an internal picture, hearing the sound in your head?
Perfect pitch.
What? Perfect pitch, we'll talk about that in a second. What?
I know.
Schizophrenia. It's called audiation. So all these times that I asked you, get a mental picture of the note in your head, that's called audiating. And then the 4th step of the process is producing the note. Right? Now, if you make a mistake, how are you going to fix a mistake? And the answer is, it depends on what type of mistake you made.
Yeah.
So for example, it's possible that you audiated the note correctly, but there was something funky about your mouth shape that made it sound sharp or flat, which is different than audiating incorrectly.
Yeah.
The wrong note may sound the same, but it could have 2 very different causes. So in order to learn how to improve as a singer, you have to be able to distinguish what type of mistake am I making.
So are tone deaf people audiating differently than they're singing?
Well, there's actually a question about whether or not people are actually tone deaf when they're, if they can't match a pitch.
It's the not matching
Tone,
pitch.
if they can't match a
But in their
pitch,
mind, they might think they're matching the pitch.
I know, so there is no single thing called tone deafness.
Yeah.
It could be any of these types
No
of
such
things.
Okay.
So when you audiate, if you do it in private, do you work through the business about, I know on this key Joe is this, I'm 2/3 steps up. Is that how you audiate, or you just look at the note and say, in this key it's up?
Well, that ties into the question of perfect pitch. So if somebody has perfect pitch, which means they know exactly when they see the note A, they know that A sounds like ta. I don't know if that's it. Is that close? I don't have perfect perfect pitch.
Relative pitch.
No, relative pitch is
Pitch
something totally
memory.
different. I don't have perfect pitch. Perfect pitch means an absolute pitch memory.
Yeah.
That the very first time someone showed somebody else or showed me an A on the piano, they never had to show that to me again, I knew what an A sounded like. I was not born with that.
Is that the same thing as a photographic memory?
It's the oral equivalent of
Yeah,
the photographic memory. And very often people have perfect pitch have a photographic
really?
memory.
And sometimes
So
people have
perfect
pitch
pitch is an absolute type of memory. If you have perfect pitch, then you can skip this step. Right? Because you see a C, out comes a C. And it doesn't matter whether it's do in this key or T in that key or fa in that key, you can just sing a C. That doesn't mean you're a good musician. That just means you know how to sing a C like a robot.
But when you say a higher percentage of musicians than have perfect pitch than in the general population. I mean, like at
Or
Crane,
they develop pitch
Okay.
recognition like me, which isn't perfect.
I think that
Yeah.
could be
I would
proven,
say
because if you don't,
Pitch
you're gonna,
recognition.
if you don't
Now,
listen to music, you're
This
given a
step
test.
here can be done a bunch of different ways. How many people learned how to sing intervallically? Sing a note, get your first note, sing up a third, down a step, up a step, up a step, up a step, down a step.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a way of contextualizing things. But that's not the way that I'm asking you to contextualize things. How am I asking you to understand what that dot in that space is telling you to do?
Solfege.
Solfege.
Isn't that basically the learning by intervals? I mean, solfege.
No, it's learning,
Been here
it's
for a
learning
while.
by relative
Yeah.
pitch. Relative pitch, which Phil talked about, is thinking in solfege.
Yeah.
Being able to tell, okay, when I hear that note, I'm on fa. That's what relative pitch is. And being able to relate every note back to do. Okay?
What do you call people like you that don't have perfect pitch, but you knew what an A was?
I've developed a little bit of pitch memory,
Pitch memory?
yeah, but I don't have every single note stored in my head.
Yeah.
It's like after I've been teaching all day, I'm really good
Okay,
at PUC.
so why am I making a big deal out of this?
Yeah, when I was playing
My long-term nefarious plot is to get you to think contextually with solfege. So, here's a handy dandy, pass this around.